Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Real Sports Updates here. Back again with another video. Today's topic is going to be the Chet Holmgren, in the Gonzaga Bulldogs losing to the Arkansas Razorbacks last night. Now, I didn't initially get a chance to catch the game live, but I did rewatch it. I just watched it back, and damn. And I want to preface my comments about my comments and my opinions about Chet Holmgren. Before I get started, I want to make sure that people know that I'm not bashing him or whatever. He's just a young 19-year-old college kid. I don't want to I'm not trying to drag his name through the mud. His career is just getting started. So, and these are just my opinions. There's nothing for sure about it, but I will say that I have seen a lot of seem what seemed to be manufactured hype around Chet Holmgren and how good he is. You know, and I'm not a huge viewer of college basketball. I do watch games every now and then, like if there's marquee matchups and stuff. So I do watch some games, so I am familiar with you know a lot of the players, a lot of the teams in the tournament right now. Um, but I am just a casual viewer. I don't know a whole lot about these teams and stuff. But I am familiar with it somewhat. I'm familiar with Chet Holmgren. I'm familiar with Gonzaga because they've been touted as the best team pretty much all season long. Chet Holmgren has been consensus the projected number one draft pick. And let me just say, I'm not impressed. I watched Chet the whole entire tournament. I have not been impressed. He seems to thrive playing against lesser competition, and obviously, I think that's understandable why, um, but the guys that he will be playing against in the NBA every night, um, guys who might not even make it to the NBA, to be honest with you, he struggled against that Memphis team last week, in that round of 32 game, and then obviously he struggled big time last night against Arkansas team. But all of his struggles, they all amount to the same thing as far as the teams that they're facing is athletic, physical, competition, and that's exactly what's going to see in the NBA every night. Um, so as far as the number one pick goes, I do not think that that is warranted. Whatever team has a number one pick, um, I if I was running the team, he wouldn't be on my board. And I think the pressure that's on him right now is all of the comparisons to Kevin Durant. And that needs to stop. And it should, to be honest with you, it should have never started. Um, Chet Holmgren is not Kevin Durant. I don't even think he won't ever reach that level. To be honest with you, I just don't see it from him. He's a big, tall, rangy guy. He's tall. He's skinny. His body hasn't filled out. Yes, he's 19, but you know, I think he is one of the he's one of these people who are they're pretty much going to be skinny for the rest of their lives. Um, to some degree, he's going to have to deal with that. That's what his body is. He's not a physical marvel. He's not somebody who you're looking at as like, damn, they are well put together, or whatever. He's just tall. And he doesn't look that athletic, especially against talented teams, teams with a lot of athletic guys on, guys who guard him, who are almost as big as him but more athletic. He does not stand out athletically, and I think that is what sets him apart from Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant stood out athletically. He looked different. Everything he did is quick. He moved like a cat. And he still does. He gets to a spot, really well. He's very quick, and he's very light on his feet for. I'm talking Kevin Durant. I'm talking about for being what 6'10", 6'11", whatever he is. Extremely light on his feet, and his movement is very smooth. You know, he has no wasted movement in his game at all. Chet Holmgren is he's a guy, and I think, and this is where I think where the NBA is as far as the scouting and stuff goes. And I think it'll eventually to correct itself, but I think we're at a point right now where you look at him being 7 foot tall and him being able to shoot, and the Kevin Durant comparisons all automatically come, no matter what. And I think shooting, albeit the probably the most important thing that you can do in basketball, I think it is a little bit overvalued right now. And I think it's overvalued just because of how the game is played. It's a wide open game. It's spread out. Guys are shooting threes, whatever, this and that. And this pretty much is a product of Steph Curry and the Warriors and Klay Thompson and all that stuff. So I think guys who can shoot are a little bit overvalued, especially the bigger guys who can shoot. I think you're a little bit overvalued. And Chet can knock him down, but your value doesn't really, as a big man, your value really does not rely on shooting the ball. You have to be able to get to spots. Even if you're a big guy, you look at a Dirk Nowitzki. He's a guy who was obviously able to shoot the lights out, but he got to his spots, right? He commanded double teams. He was a good passer, and he was good around the basket with both hands, his right and his left hand. So it wasn't just him shooting the ball all the time. Like Dirk was a threat to get to the hole, go to the line, do all this other stuff. I don't see that game from Chet Holmgren, at least not yet. Like I said, he's still young, but I don't see that from him. You look at other players in the league who can shoot too. You look at Karl Anthony Towns right now. He's a guy who can shoot the ball really well as a big guy. But again, he is, he's on the boards. He's moving around. And he's a guy who can. He can do similar things that Dirk Nowitzki can. Obviously, he's not as good, but he can do similar things. He can get to the hole. He can get to the line. And he brings that physical element a lot more than Dirk did. Even though Dirk got more physical as his career went along, he Karl Anthony Towns is a little bit more physical than Dirk was. But both those guys are way more physical than Chet Holmgren is. Chet Holmgren seems to shy away from the contact, and I think that is one of the things that you're going to have to live with as a 7-footer in the NBA. And it doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter how good you shoot or whatever, you're going to have to adjust to the physicality of the game. It's going to be a very, very physical game. Guys are going to try to rough you up, especially based off of, his stature. He's 7 foot tall and 190 pounds. Like, that is, he's extremely underweight. Even by doctor and BMI standards, he's underweight. So he's definitely underweight in, as far as NBA goes. He's a guy, he's going to have to hit the weight room. He's going to try to have to do what Giannis did. I know Giannis was really skinny coming into the league too, but even Giannis is a different story as well too, because Giannis is a super athlete. Giannis didn't get that athleticism in the weight room. Giannis came into the league with the athleticism that he has, so he's a super athlete at 6'11". I don't see Chet Holmgren being that type of player because I don't see the athleticism from him. I don't see that explosiveness in his game, or really in anything that he does. And like I said, he's young, but if you are a team and you're looking to draft this guy as a number one pick, man, I don't know. I just don't know. And then if he does go number one, then the pressure is going to be on him as well too. And then God forbid if you look at a team like, if the New York Knicks win the draft lottery or something like that, you're looking at this guy. You're looking at this guy in the New York media. With all the crazy Knicks fans and all this, like there will be a lot of pressure on him as a very, very young man, a very frail and thin young man, to try to be the spearhead of of changing a franchise and bringing the franchise to prominence. Like that would scare me if I'm a GM or owner or whatever. But we'll see what happens. I do think that his draft stock does fall. I don't think that he is obviously, the hype is just not there. He's getting bullied down low. He's uh, you know, especially when it comes to guys are driving at him, and being physical, like with the body. Like he's committing a lot of fouls. His he really can't stay vertical, without, fouling the guy or whatever, just because. And I think a lot of it is based on his frame. He jumps up in the air. Um, he doesn't have any muscle or any strength or whatever, so he's at the mercy of the guy driving the ball. So, he's gonna be the one picking up fouls like that, and it's gonna be the same type of stuff in the NBA. You think about it. You got Harden coming at you, you got a LeBron coming at you. You got guys driving the ball. You got Giannis coming at you. Like, you're gonna get a lot of fouls in that area. And you're not going to be an effective shot blocker. You need some weight on you to be effective in the NBA, especially down low if you're gonna be blocking shots and stuff. And he can only play defense down low in the NBA. I don't think he's good enough to be out on the perimeter. He can get blown past, and I seen it happen last week against Memphis, and it happened again last night against Arkansas. So, again, man, I'm not trying to talk this kid down. I'm not trying to take any shots at him. I'm just being just an opinion and evaluation. I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm not a huge college basketball fan, so I really don't. I don't root for any certain team or whatever. I'm just watching, just a bystander, just watching, and I just don't. I really don't see the special in him right now. And he might, like I said, he might. He's still young, but right now, um, I think if I had to compare, if I had to give a comparison, if Chet does go number one, if I had to give a comparison, I would say that it would be the Andrea Bargnani thing. He's a 7-foot guy who could shoot, and he didn't. Andrea Bargnani did not turn out to be a star or even really a player that people talk about still. Like, he's just, it was a I can't remember who drafted him first, but what was it, the Raptors? It might have been the Raptors. I'm not sure. I think it was the Raptors, but whoever it was that drafted him first, that clearly was a reach. He's a big guy who can shoot, and again, his shooting was overvalued. Bargnani's shooting was overvalued. Chet Holmgren shooting overvalued. If you're a 7-footer, you need to be able to do more things than just shoot the ball, because you're going to be tasked with guarding, pick and rolls. Can you move your feet out there on pick and rolls, on defense? You're going to have some of the quickest guards in the league come at you. Can you stay in front of them? Can you move your feet well enough to stay in front, for your guard to either come under the screen or go over it? And, can you rotate, fast enough on the weak side? Can you help, with that weak side defense? Can you rotate fast enough to take a charge or to block a shot? There's a lot of things that go into it, and it's way more than just being able to shoot the ball well. So for me, I just don't see it. He doesn't do enough things well enough, for me to see that, okay, this guy can be a number one pick or that he can be a star in the league. I just don't see it. But I could be wrong. I'm not standing on this square, without any, without any, recognizing that I could be wrong about this if he does turn out to be a star. But for me, I just don't see it, man. I really don't. He's a good player. He's obviously a first round pick. You know, I'm sure he'll be a lottery pick, but hopefully he can gain some weight and grow into his body, and become more physical. And it's not just a body thing; it's a mindset. Being physical, getting into contact, getting on the floor, getting in people's faces. It really is a mindset thing. But he's still young. There's still time for him to develop all of that. But as of right now, as a number one pick, I don't see it. I really don't. Like I said, I could be wrong, but hey, it is what it is. Anybody who's watching the games, if you're watching March Madness, let me know. Let me know what you think. If you watch this game, let me know what you think of Chet Holmgren. Let me know if you think he's a number one pick, or if he's a lottery pick at all. Sound off in the comments, though. Let me know what you think. There's gonna be more upsets, more madness coming up this weekend, so can't wait for that. finishing up the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight. So yeah, can't wait for that. But that's all I got for this one, guys. Until next time, see you later.